Good morning, everybody. How are you, Jose, Felipe, Matias, Luis?
Hi, Miss. Good morning.
Hi, how are you, Felipe?
Fine.
You're
Sleeping.
fine? Oh, yeah, it's in Santiago, it's a cloudy day today. It's not sunny, but it's fine.
Tiny too. Yes, so glad.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're going to start today. Please, if you can turn on your cameras, please, that would be fantastic. Okay? Okay, so first of all, we are going to check homework. Yes, we have homework today, pages 94 and 95, I think. Yes, 94. Adverbs of frequency. Yes, thank you. Okay, so here I have the book and the exercises, Matias. You have here always, usually, sometimes. When you use to be, you have to say is and then usually, yes? And once a week, twice a day, 4 times a year, you put it at the end of the sentence, okay? So the first exercise, it says here, are you a workaholic? Yes, and we have the information of Jill. Jill often talks about work at home, yes? That is number 1, she often talks. Number 2, please, Jose. Jose Troncoso, are you there? Felipe Barbaste, number 2, she contacts.
Yes, wait. Okay. Number 2 is she hardly ever contact the office during the holiday.
Very good. Do you have number 3, Felipe?
Yes. She sometimes forget birthday on another family occasion.
Yes, but repeat. Sometimes
Sometimes
forgets.
forgets.
Because it's she. Yes, she sometimes forgets. Number 4, she, Felipe?
She often spends time on my hobbies at on her hobbies at weekend.
Yes, she often spends time. Continue. She never
work from home at weekends.
Yes. And then you have?
She she sometimes arrive early for work.
Arrives.
Arrives. I forgot that.
Yes, it's she.
Yes. She always eats and work at the same time. And the last is she hardly ever has time. It has time to relax on the evening.
Yeah, has. She hardly ever has time because he, she, it has. He, she, it goes. He, she, it plays with an S. So she, I don't think she's a workaholic, but she works a lot. Okay, Matias Palacios. I never smoke in the office. What is the next one?
Our meetings are always useful. The 3 is Jose hardly ever takes time off. 4, Mr. Jackson has always worked for us.
Has always, Mati, repeat after me. Has always worked.
Has always works. ¿Cómo es la boca?
Worked.
Worked.
No, I'm going to write the pronunciation in the chat for everybody because in the future we are going to study, the pronunciation of regular verbs. And this pronunciation is Can you say that, Matthias?
Work.
Worked. Yes. So Mr. Jackson has always worked for us. Continue.
Continue. 5. Do you usually drive to work?
Yes.
6. Pierre is hardly ever take for meetings.
Is hardly ever. Yes.
7. I sometimes fly business class.
Mm-hmm.
8. Anna always gets to work a little early.
Yes.
My boss doesn't usually check my work.
Yes, my boss doesn't usually. It's after the negative. Mm-hmm.
The CEO is hardly ever here.
The CEO, that's the Chief
Uh,
Executive Officer, is like the great manager, is hardly ever here. Yes?
yes.
Is hardly ever. Expressions of frequency. Yes? Expressions of frequency. Valentina Cepeda, please. Number 2. We meet for lunch twice a month. Number 2, Valentina.
I use the company gym twice a month.
No, because it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Ay, copié lo de arriba. 3 times a week.
Okay.
I use the company gym 3 times a week.
Continue, Valentina. The post.
The post comes twice a day. We have a big sales conference twice a year.
Yes, it's twice a year because it's 205, and then it's 206. Twice a year. Yes, continue.
Okay. The company report comes out once a year.
Once. Once is the pronunciation. Once a year.
I pay my credit card bill once a month.
Once a month, yes.
We run antivirus software twice a week.
I think it's every day. Oh, yeah, probably it's twice a week. Okay, thank you. Okay. Luis Fernandez, how often do you give presentations? It says here, give presentations once a month. How often do you get angry with people? I never get angry with people. Number 3, Matthias. How often do you come to work by car? You have to create any answer.
I never come to work by car.
How often do you fly business class?
I never fly business class.
Me neither. No, never. It's so expensive. Felipe Barbaste, how often do you have meetings?
More than I have more than 4 times today a day meeting.
You can say I have meetings every day.
I have meeting every day.
At the end of the sentence. Okay. How often are you early for work or for class?
I always early for class.
I am always early. I am
always early for class. Always early.
How often are you late for class?
I'm never late for class.
Okay, very good. Valentina, please. How often do you go out with friends?
I go out with friends once a week.
Once. Valentina, repeat after me.
Once.
How often do you
Once.
take exercise?
I take exercise 3 times a week.
Okay, so I usually take exercise. How often do you go on holiday, on vacations?
I go on holiday twice a year.
Good, very good. Twice a year. Okay. Thank you so much for your homework. According to the course plan, today we are going to practice more the use of these how often questions. Then you are going to practice in pairs. We are going to do an exercise in the handouts. And then we're going to finish the class with a listening activity, okay? So we are still talking about free time activities in unit number 2, yes? So we are going to listen first to this pronunciation of these questions. Normally you say, how often do you exercise? But it's so slow. You have to say, how often do you exercise? Do. Or how often do you exercise? But fast. Some people here connect this and they say do. So please, everybody repeat the pronunciation at home.
How often do you exercise? How often do you change your password? How often do you help out at school? How often do you listen to your MP3 player? How often do you need to go to the dentist?
So are you pronouncing this fast? You don't have to break the sentence. You have to connect the sentence. How often do you need to go to the dentist? Do, something like that is fast.
How often do you receive your magazine in the mail? How often do you report to your supervisor? How often do you stretch before working out?
How often do you stretch?
How often do you talk to your parents? How often do you travel?
How often do you travel? Yes? Travel, travel. Okay, that's something that I need to explain, guys. I am going to write here in the chat. Letter B is bilabial. Yes, bilabial. B. So you say, for example, beauty. Yes. You say butcher. B. Yes. And another example would be is bullying. Bullying. On the contrary, letter V is labiodental. It means that V, you do this V, yes? So you say travel. Yes, how often do you travel? Very much. Vast. V. So in Spanish, you can say vaca o buey, da lo mismo, vaca, buey o vaca, buey, but in English, you have to make the difference, okay? So repeat after me, please. Beauty, butcher, bullying. And repeat after me. Travel, very, vast, vast. Okay, so that's something that we have to consider. Matthias, tell me the first one. What is the pronunciation?
How often do you exercise?
Yeah, Matti, how?
How?
How often? How
How
often?
often? How often do you exercise?
Look at the chat. Say that.
How often?
How often do you exercise? Continue, Matthias. How often do?
How often do you change your password?
Okay. How often do? Look at the chat.
You.
D. La
You.
V, D is plosive. Yes. So, letter D and T in English are plosive sounds. I wrote that in the chat. It means that you say da, dado, dedo, dedo, dia, or tasa, today, today. In that exercise, you have these two sounds. Today. Can you repeat after me? Today.
Today. Today.
Como
Today.
today. So,
Today.
very good. So how often do you change your password? Repeat, Mati.
How often?
How often do you change your password?
How often do you change your password?
Yes, continue, Mati. How often?
How often do you help at the school? Out at the
Yes.
school?
How often do you help out? Help out. You
Help
have to
out.
help out. You know, you say, can you say that?
Help out.
Yeah.
Help out. Help out at school. Help out of school. I
Yes.
separar del. I help out.
Sí, ustedes obviamente están aprendiendo recién y tienden a separar lo que tienen que hacer si hay una consonante y una vocal, o al revés, se tiene que unir. Igual acá está la O y la Y, entonces yo digo do. Acá está la P y la O, entonces digo help out, que suena a, help out. Entonces, eso hay que aprender a unirlo, y por eso les va a sonar mejor el inglés después, ¿ok? Okay, so Valentina Cepeda, how often do?
How often do you listen to your MP3 player?
Continue. How often do?
How often do you need to go to a dentist?
Yes, continue.
How often do you receive your magazine in the mail?
Very good. Okay. Juan Carlos Guerra, are you there?
How often do you report to your supervisor?
Yeah.
Supervisor, sí, sí.
How?
How often?
Supervisor.
Supervisor. How often do you report to your supervisor? How often do you stretch before working out? How often do you talk?
How, no how. How?
How often do you talk to your parents? How often do you travel?
How often do you travel? Uh-huh. Okay, so now you are going to practice in pairs and only English, okay? And you are going to ask, for example, okay, Luis, how often do you travel? I travel twice a year in Chile and I travel once a year in another country. How often do you go to church? I go to church on Sundays, or I almost never go to church. What about you, Juan Carlos? What about you, Luis? So you have to speak English, no writing, only speaking. Yes? Only speaking, please. I am going to copy the link in the chat. Yes, that's the link. And you are going to work in yes, Juan, okay, no, Jose Troncoso doesn't have a microphone. Okay, so I am going to do this again. Breakout room, Luis Fernandez, move to 1. Valentina Cepeda, move to 3. Okay, so it's only 2 groups, but I don't want any Spanish. You only have to speak English, please. Please. Enter the breakout rooms and practice these questions now, please. Okay, so you practice together, right? Juan Carlos, tell
Yes,
me,
miss.
one question you practice with your group, please.
How often do you travel? Luis Fernandez traveled to the beach 1 time a year.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes travel in an airplane and sometimes in a car. Her aunt has a apartment in the beach, so Luis Fernandez go with friends to
Her apartment.
uh, to her apartment. Pero quería decir a su playa, pero ya había dicho por playa.
Okay, very good. So Felipe goes. Yes, Felipe goes to the beach. Goes. Excellent. Okay. Valentina, please, one question that you practiced with your classmates and what they said.
How often do you wake up in the middle of the night?
How often do you wake up in the middle of the night? Ah, the second one. Oh, I haven't seen it. Okay.
Felipe always wake up in the middle of the night, and Matias never wake up in the middle of the night.
Okay, Matias never wakes up.
Oh.
Wakes up. There's something in the screen here. Okay, yeah, so he never wakes up. Don't forget, okay? You have to use the S's. Juan Carlos, how often do you go shopping to the mall?
Actually, I don't go to the mall because quarantine and I am ill. No, sick. I am
Yeah,
sick.
but Juan Carlos, these
Sorry.
questions are not for now. Yes, remember, when we talk about how often, when we talk about how often, look at the chat, it means a routine, a habit. It means permanent, actions, okay? So if you say actually is en efecto, de hecho. If you want to say actualmente, how do you say actualmente? You say currently, or now, or nowadays. Yes? Entonces, si te hacen una pregunta en general con how often, que es de presente simple, tienes que responder con presente simple. No te están preguntando ahora. Y tampoco actually es actualmente. Actualmente se dice currently, now, or nowadays. O también tú puedes decir these days. Yes?
Okay.
But if I say, how often do you go shopping? I say, I normally go shopping once a month. Yes? But currently, because of COVID, I never do, for example. Yes?
Okay.
Do you understand, Felipe, Matias, Jose, everybody? Okay, because this is not only for Juan Carlos, it's for all the students. You have to understand that this is for everybody. So one more time, Juan Carlos, how often do you go to the shopping mall?
I currently go to the shopping one time a year.
Once a
One
year.
time a year.
Okay, very good. Luis Fernandez, do you have a microphone? How often do you have
Yes.
English classes, Luis? How often do you
I
have?
have English classes 2 times a week.
And with the teacher assistant?
One more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's see now, please, your handouts. We are going to practice some conversations here. This is handout number 7, yes? So the objective of this exercise is to use, you know, when you speak English, you use 2 questions normally. Not only one question, you use 2 questions to clarify what you want to say. Yes? For example, here it says, what do you do after class? Do you go straight home? It's direct. Do you go straight home? So here you don't have only one question, you have 2. Yes? Okay, so tell me, what do you see in this picture? Matias, what do you see in this picture?
These people are talking.
Mm-hmm. These people are talking. Okay, what else?
Many chair. How do you say silla in English?
Chairs, chairs.
Chairs.
I see many chairs in what place?
Um, in the background.
Okay, or in the classroom, yes. Uh-huh. So where are these students probably? Where are they?
They are in the university.
Very good, yes. Okay, so give me this conversation. Luis, you are Adam, and Valentina is the only girl that we have today in the class. So Valentina, you are Lori. Give me this conversation, please.
Yes. So what do you do after, perdón, profe, yo no. So what do you do after class? Do you go straight home?
Well, usually sometimes I meet a friend for dinner.
Oh, where do you go? I mean, do you go somewhere nice?
Do you know Fabius? It's okay. I mean, the food's good and it's cheap, but the service is terrible. Do you know it?
Well, actually, I work there. I am server.
Oh, so she's complaining against the service. And Adam, you know, Adam works there. Yes, Juan Carlos, do you see here that you have actually? Actually, de hecho, en efecto. Huh? Well, actually, I work there. I am a server. Yes? So here you have two questions. What do you do after class? Do you go straight home? Where do you go? I mean, do you go somewhere nice? To a restaurant or somewhat? So this is also something that you need to use very much when you speak English. I mean. I wrote it in the chat. I mean, quiero decir, quiero expresar. Eso se usa mucho, así que métanlo en su inglés. Como cuando les cuesta explicar algo, lo vuelven a explicar y hacen otra pregunta y dicen, I mean, esto es lo que yo quiero decir. Porque mean es significar, pero en la expresión I mean es esto quiero decirte. ¿Ah? So please, you have to use the expression I mean. Do you know Fabios? It's okay. I mean, you know, the food's good and it's cheap, but the service is terrible. Okay, so here we have match the first question to a good second question, yes? So you have number one, it says here, what do you do after class? Do you go out for coffee? Yes? In my case, I never go for coffee. After class, I come home. What about number two? How do you get home? Get es llegar a la casa, llegar. How do you get to the university? How do you get to the supermarket? ¿Ah?
Tire. ¿Podría ser o no?
No, pero tiene que encontrar la segunda pregunta para complementar la primera. No tiene que responder. How do you get home? Please, free participation. Who knows the answer?
Do you take the subway or the bus?
Excellent, very good. I usually drive my car. I don't take the subway. Number three, do you ever feel tired after class?
D. I mean, do you usually need a break?
Excellent.
Break.
Yes, very good. A break is a recess. Yes, a break. A synonym of break is recess. Receso, recreo. Huh? Number four, do you work in the evening?
Maybe the F. I mean, do you have a part-time job?
Excellent, yes. I mean, do you have a part-time job? How often do you go shopping? What can you say here as second question to clarify?
B. Do you go shopping a lot?
The second question is to clarify or to give more information. Look at the chat. The second question is to clarify or to give more information of the first question. So how often do you go shopping? Do you go shopping a lot? What do you do for lunch?
I mean, do you eat out?
Yes, letter A. Do you eat out? Out is in a restaurant or in a cafeteria. In my case, I almost never eat out when I work. I have lunch in the university, you know. In the university, there's a cafeteria and there's a kiosk. Did you go to Vitacura? Did you have time to know the university or you never went to the university?
When I go to matriculate,
Register. No, that's register.
Only in that moment. And in the school, I go to practice for the
PSU. Yeah, PSU.
Only.
Yeah, because in Vitacura is a small branch, but there are two cafeterias, one for teachers and administrative personnel, and another cafeteria for students. And you have there, you know, the Junaev ticket, and you have, you know, homemade food like spaghetti, chicken, rice, salads, soups. And there's only one kiosk, one small place that sells hot dogs, hamburgers, and sandwiches, you know, but it's really small. Some people who study in San Joaquin go to Católica University and they have lunch there because they have more restaurants, especially vegan food for vegetarians. So one of your classmates was telling me that when she goes to San Joaquin, she goes to Católica to buy vegan food. But it's nice. Vitacura is small and it's very friendly. It's very friendly. Ok, so normally, a ver, imaginémonos, porque no estamos en esta situación, pero acuérdense que esto es presente simple, a ver, inventemos, a ver. Valentina, what do you do after class? Do you go out for coffee?
No.
What do you do after class?
I study after class.
Okay, you study after class, yes. Juan Carlos, how do you get home? Do you take the subway or the bus? Normally, usually.
Sometimes I take the subway, sometimes the bus, and sometimes I came home in a car.
By car. Luis Fernandez, do you ever feel tired after class? Do you usually need a break after class?
Yes, I usually need a break after class.
Okay.
Always.
Yes, I do too. Felipe, how often, do you work in the evening, Felipe? I mean, do you have a part-time job?
No, I don't have a part-time job at the moment.
Matias Palacios, how often do you go shopping? Do you go shopping a lot?
No, I don't go shopping a lot.
I don't either. Okay, so it's good that you know that you can ask, different questions if you are having a conversation with someone, yes? Okay, in this unit, we have been talking about free time, yes? Free time and frequency activities that you do usually, never, sometimes. So today, you are going to listen to leisure activities, yes? Leisure is free time activities. Free time activities. I'm going to show you the pronunciation in American and British English because it's a word that you use so much. The pronunciation in the United States.
Leisure.
Repeat, please. Leisure.
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 And in England?
Leisure.
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 So what do you prefer? Leisure?
Leisure.
Leisure? Okay. So leisure activities is free time activities, yes? Getting together with friends on group day can be a fun activity, especially when you like hanging out. Attention, get together es juntarse, get together, and hang out is to do nothing with your friends. It's when you meet your friends and you stay there, you talk, you drink something, but actually nothing, important. So hang out, hang out. Look at this.
Hang out.
Hang out, yes, is to spend the time idly. That is hang out. So,
Hang out.
acuérdense de tener un diccionario, un cuaderno donde anoten todas sus new words, okay?
Hang out.
Hang out. Repeat, hang out.
Hang out.
Hang out. Ok, so, get together, acuérdense, porque después les falta el vocabulario cuando dice, ¿cómo se dice juntarse? Get together. Yes? So, getting together with friends on group day can be fun activity, especially when you like hanging out with friends or people. But you are not interested in a serious relationship. In such situations, what kind of activities do you like to do with your friends? For example, do you like going to watch a movie, or do you like playing video games, or do you like swimming, or do you like hiking? What do you do, Luis? Luis, are you from Santiago, Luis Fernandez?
Yes, miss, I'm from Las Condes.
Okay, and what activities do you like to do with your friends?
I like do sports, play soccer, go to the park, to watch movies, to parties. But actually, I don't do anything with my friends.
No, a ver, no era actually, ¿cómo era?
Currently.
Yes.
Currently. Sorry,
yes.
miss.
No, don't say sorry. You're learning, please. My pleasure. Okay, I like doing exercises, or I like do. Excuse me, I like to do, sorry. I like to do exercises. This is correct. What is incorrect? This is wrong, yes? I like doing, I like to do. Another example. I like. What did you say? Tell me one more action, please, Luis.
One more action?
Yes. You said I like doing exercises, playing sports. What else? What else?
Playing sports, going to watch movies.
I like, okay.
Going to parties.
Going, okay. I like
weekend.
going to parties, yes. Or you can say, I like to go to parties. But what is wrong is when you say, I like go. Yes, this is wrong. Entonces, cuando digan algo les gusta, pueden usar el verbo con ing o con to do, pero no suelto. Tienen que decir, I like swimming, I like to swim. Pero si dicen I like swim, incorrect, okay? Do you understand? Guys, do you understand, Felipe, Luis, Valentina?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so you say, I like playing, or I like to play video games. I like hiking. Hiking is walking in the mountains. Hiking is like, I don't know, the sport that they use here in Chile. What's the name of the sport that people go walking in the mountains?
Escalada.
No.
Cross mountain. I could like cross mountain.
No. It's an activity that people like to walk. Only walk in the mountains. It's very fashionable today.
Los tipos que van a caminar a la montaña.
Yes, what's the name of that? Trekking.
Pero es que es lo mismo, está en inglés también.
Yes. Yeah, so you can say, I like to trek, or I like trekking, I like hiking, or I like to hike. Yes? That's what you have to say. Okay, so now you're going to listen, and you are going to answer these questions, okay? Valentina, read number 1. Stuart is going. Only read number 1.
Stuart is going to with his friends.
Okay, number 2. Why?
Why can't Amy go with her friends?
At the end.
At the end, ¿se pronuncia?
At the end.
At the end of the evening, the friends are going to.
So you have to complete. How
is Amy getting to the activity?
Yes.
Amy wants to be home at.
Okay, so now you can listen and you are going to choose one answer, okay? This is really fast. Concentration.
Amy, so how you doing?
Oh, hi, Stuart. School is so crazy these days, and when I'm not at school, I'm at work.
Hey, listen, I'm getting together with Sarah and Paul tonight, and a few of our other friends are going to join us.
Oh.
And we're going out to eat and then catch a movie. Why don't you come with us?
Hey, I'd love to, but I have to cram for a test tomorrow.
Ah, come on. We're planning on having dinner around 6:30 and then seeing a movie at 7:30. We should be home by 10:30, 11:30 at the latest. I mean, you're always saying that you don't have any friends and that your love life, well, that you don't have one. Come on.
I don't think I'd better. I haven't been feeling well lately.
Yeah, because you study too much. Well, we'll have a blast. Come on, relax.
Well...
And it's Sarah's birthday, too. And we're throwing her a small birthday party after the movie. Come on. Best friends always stick together.
Oh, okay.
Great. I'll pick you up at 6.
Okay. See you then, but I have to be back by 10:30.
10:30, midnight. It's all the same. See you at 6.
The time is not important for him. Okay, so please, free participation. Stuart is going to...
See a movie and have dinner?
Correct, very good, yes. Then they are going to catch a movie. Catch, agarrar, catch a movie. Why can Amy go with her friends?
Has to study for exam.
Very good. She has to cram. Cram for a test tomorrow. Cram is to study so much before the test. It's like calentar una prueba. So I have to cram for a test. At the end of the evening, the friends are going to
Buddy.
correct. Yes, a small birthday party. How is Amy getting to the activity? Please, Valentina, Luis, Jose, Juan Carlos, participate.
Stuart is giving her a ride.
Stuart is giving her a ride, correct. He says, I'll pick you up at 6. Pick you up is another important word, guys. Yes, pick up. You can pick up an object, you can pick up a thing, but you can also pick up a person. Yes, pick up. That's recoger a una persona. Pick up. So he will pick the girl up. Okay, and finally, she wants to be home at
10:30.
10:30. Wow, you have very good listening. Okay, so now we can read the conversation about leisure time, yes? She says that she studies so much that she never has time for relaxing. Okay, so here we have the vocabulary. We are going to eat and then catch a movie. And the opposite is throw and catch. Yes, that's, those two verbs are opposites. The verb is catch and the other verb is throw. And the easiest way to explain this verb is to catch a ball or to throw a ball. In this case, they will throw a party and they're going to catch a movie. Then it says here, I have to cram for a test. It means I have to study so much for the test. And this is another expression. We'll have a blast. A blast means to have a great, wonderful time, pasarlo chancho. So we will have a blast. That's the meaning of that.
Amy, how you doing?
Oh, hi, Stuart. School is so crazy these days, and when I'm not at school, I'm at work.
Hey, listen, I'm getting together with Sarah and Paul tonight, and a few of our other friends are going to join us.
Oh.
And we're going out to eat and then catch a movie. Why don't you come with us?
Hey, I'd love to, but I have to cram for a test tomorrow.
Ah, come on. We're planning on having dinner around 6:30 and then seeing a movie at 7:30. We should be home by 10:30, 11:30 at the latest. I mean, you're always saying that you don't have any friends and that your love life, well, that you don't have one. Come on.
I don't think I'd better. I haven't been feeling well lately.
Yeah, because you study too much. Well, we'll have a blast. Come on, relax.
Well...
And it's Sarah's birthday, too. And we're throwing her a small birthday party after the movie. Come on. Best friends always stick together.
Oh, okay.
Great. I'll pick you up at 6.
Okay. See you then, but I have to be back by 10:30.
10:30, midnight. It's all the same. See you at 6.
They are never going to come back at 10:30. I don't think he's going to take her home early. Poor Amy, she's going to get a bad grade in the test. Don't you think so? She will get a bad grade in the test. Because if she gets home late, and if they do all of those activities, she won't be able to study, to cram for the test. Okay, you have these links, in your course plans, and it's a very good idea that you listen to these again and you repeat for your pronunciation. Yes, so you can repeat the intonation and the sounds. So these conversations are in your links, yes? Because the link says general listening quiz, and then you have here, see the listening script. You press there, and you have all the conversation. So you can do that whenever you want. Okay, so today we practice, you know, the double questions. We practice pronunciation. You had some conversations, you know, about how often. And finally, we heard about leisure. Yes, leisure activities, free time activities. So for next class, we are going to finish, you know, with these free time activities. And then next Friday, you are going to have a written test, units 1 and 2. Yes, that's going to be by Zoom and Socrative. So I recommend that you start studying the grammar in homework. Yes, for units 1 and 2 for the written test. That's going to be next Friday, not yet. Do you have any questions, Juan Carlos? Luis, Valentina, Jose?
No, Miss, I'm fine.
Oh, miss. It's
Juan,
all good.
Juan Carlos, you said that you were sick.
Yes, pharyngitis, but not coronavirus.
Did you have the test, coronavirus test?
I do the test 2 times, and
Oh.
the times was negative. One time is for my job's dad because he works outside, and I have to do the test PCR. And the second is because I am sick because I go to the bed with wet hair.
Okay, that was the reason. So next time, dry your hair.
Exactly.
Okay, Juan Carlos, so it was not coronavirus. You're not immune yet. No one is immune. I don't know. Probably we will be living, you know, with this disease for years, really. So bad. Anyways. Okay, thank you so much for your participation today, and see you next Monday, yes, at 10 o'clock? Yes, Monday, 10 o'clock, please. You don't have homework? No, let me check. No, no homework for next class, only to participate, okay? Next class, please try to have your cameras on because I need to see your mouth. I need to see the way that you pronounce and help you. Huh? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss.
Goodbye, Valentina.
Bye,
Thank you.
miss.
Goodbye.
Profe, yo me
Luis.
salí, pero le quería decir algo. Es que yo muchas veces no respondo cuando me llama porque yo, aparte de estudiar, tengo que cuidar a mi papá. Entonces de repente me llama y tengo que ir, sí o sí.
And what happens with your father?
Tiene parálisis cerebral.
Okay.
Progresiva. Sí, entonces como por el coronavirus, la persona que lo cuidaba no podía venir hace, bueno, todo el año. Entonces yo, aparte de estudiar, tengo que cuidarlo.
Okay.
Entonces,
Well,
si de repente me pregunta y no le contesto, es por eso, no se enoje.
no, don't worry, but thank you for telling me. It's important to know each situation. So thank you for telling me, and I hope your father is fine.
Sí, pero es que quería decírselo hace rato, pero no he encontrado el momento exacto para decírselo, porque de repente me pasa que los profes me preguntan y tengo justo voy y vuelvo y no contesto. Pero es por eso, profe, ya.
Okay, Luis. Okay, thank you for telling me, and I hope your father is fine.
Sí, está lo mejor que se puede, profe.
¿Qué,
Tiene cariño por lo menos.
¿Qué edad tiene?
No, no es tan alto. No es tan alto, ¿verdad? No tiene tanta edad, tiene 60.
¿Y qué le pasó? ¿Le dio un derrame cerebral?
No, él era ingeniero civil en mina y cuando tenía como 55 años empezó como a hablar más lento, a caerse y nos asustamos. Y después de un año le diagnosticaron eso. Pensaron que era Parkinson en primera instancia y después se dieron cuenta que esto no, porque esto es un Parkinson pero más agresivo, entonces avanza mucho más rápido. Y
Oh,
ahora ya no puede hacer mucho, ya no puede caminar solo.
es una
Casi ya
enfermedad súper, súper difícil.
sí, es muy jodida
Después se le va a empezar a
y
olvidar todo.
es muy demandante también.
No, y después va a tener como, viene, bueno, obviamente después ya le va a dar como el Alzheimer, que yo sé también porque mi mamá tuvo Alzheimer, y nos dijeron que su enfermedad se llamaba cuerpos de Lewy, que es Alzheimer con Parkinson, y partió bien, caminando y todo, pero ya se le estaban olvidando las cosas, y después estuvo en un hogar, y al final quedó postrada y no se acordaba de nada, fue terrible. Fue Alzheimer principalmente.
Sí,
Pero había muchas personas en ese hogar como tu papá. Y
sí, no,
después
lógico.
tienen que saber ustedes que él se le van a olvidar las cosas y todo, pero es bien triste. Pero él tiene su pensión
Sí, no,
de
sí, tiene
invalidez, de invalidez.
sí, tiene buena pensión, sí, él es ingeniero civil de la Chile y todo, sí, no, de eso no hay problema de pensión, no hay.
Qué bueno, porque
Pero
no, imagínate que la gente que tiene esta enfermedad y no tiene plata, o sea, peor todavía.
sí, siempre hay gente que tiene peores condiciones y uno tiene que aprovechar lo bueno.
Mm.
Son una lata esta enfermedad, sí, porque uno al principio no, como que no, por el principio parte como con cosas muy leves y va creciendo. Después, entonces como que uno no es que no aproveche, pero no sabe lo que viene después. Como que piensa que y después cuando van pasando las cosas y uno ve cómo va empeorando día a día, es más difícil.
¿Y
Pero
cómo se llama la enfermedad?
tiene un nombre más largo, pero al fin se llama parálisis cerebral progresiva. Tiene un nombre en inglés que es como el oficial, pero no me lo sé.
No, tienen que ser muy fuertes como familia, porque eso va a pasar. Después ya va a estar, no se va a acordar de nadie y va a terminar postrado, más postrado. Es triste, pero es mejor estar preparado, así que, bueno, usted haga el esfuerzo máximo porque está bien en inglés, así que gracias por contarme, porque yo necesito saber los problemas así como el tuyo, porque de repente yo soy exigente, que prendan la cámara, pero les dije una vez, mándenme mail si no pueden poner la cámara, porque hay algunos que de quedarse dormidos, de no levantarse nomás, de flojera, pero hay
Sí,
casos y
no,
casos, entonces uno tiene que ser comprensible, obviamente.
no, claro, es una realidad la que estamos viendo súper compleja para todos,
Sí,
pero
terrible.
yo no lo había hecho porque no había tenido la oportunidad de decírselo como de tú a tú, porque tampoco es el plan de decirlo a todos los compañeros.
No, pero
No me gusta escribir por mail.
cuando tú quieras, hablamos por el Zoom o me mandas mail, ¿ya?
Sí, no, profe, pero yo no busco excusas.
No, 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 sí sé, estás bien.
Yo no.
Pero gracias por contarme y ánimo, tienen que estar fuertes como familia porque yo lo pasé pésimo, como 6 años, duró todo. Fue muy fuerte, fuerte, fuerte. Tiene que estar firme y apoyar a su mamá también.
No, para ella también ha sido complicado porque ella
Uf,
también,
qué
ella
terrible.
no, para ella ha sido más complicado que para mí, la verdad.
Y un hombre tan joven.
No, y profesional y una persona muy inteligente. Mi papá estudió ingeniería civil, después estudió filosofía, un hombre muy inteligente, pero
Si es
eh,
la vida, esos son los golpes de la vida.
sí, pero todo al final, tarde o temprano nos pasan cosas. Yo creo que no hay que fijarse solo en las cosas malas.
Ujú. No, lógico.
Nadie tiene una vida perfecta, así que
No, todos cargamos una cruz, todos tenemos algo. Todos, todos, todos.
sí, no
Cada
estoy de
uno
acuerdo. Por eso
sabe.
no me gusta decirlo frente a los compañeros, porque al final uno queda como haciéndose como la víctima, como dirían.
No, 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 pero yo te
No.
entiendo porque yo sé lo que es eso, yo te entiendo. Mi mamá vivía con mi papá cuando le partió el Alzheimer y después ella no pudo más. No pudo mi papá y fue terrible. Y porque yo vi a muchas personas como tu papá en ese hogar también, porque en el fondo ya no los pueden cuidar en las casas. Y bueno, si no camina no es peligroso, pero mi mamá caminaba, quemaba cosas, quemaba la cocina, subía a la azotea del edificio, entonces se estaban
No,
enfermando.
para lo más complicado es para ellos, porque es difícil cuando uno fue una persona que mantuvo una casa, que fue el hombre de la casa, no por ser machista, no soy machista, mi mamá es mi ejemplo a seguir, pero claro, es difícil aceptar que uno tiene una nueva condición, que no puede hacer muchas de las cosas que le gustaría.